Welcome, I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing Stampin' Up! Products. I share projects weekly on my website, YouTube, and Facebook. I sell the products used in the products, as well as a few additional products to help crafters stay organized. You'll find the detailed directions for this project on my website, bevadams.com, so you don't need to worry about taking notes. So I have a gift card using that Country Floral embossing folder and a coordinating box. I didn't decorate the sides of this box, but you certainly could. I'm using the Label Me Pretty stamp set and the coordinating Pretty Label punch. I'm using the window box thinlits and the Country Floral Dynamic Impressions embossing folder. Cardstock for the card is thick Whisper White that's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a layer of soft sea foam that is 5 1/4 by 4, and another layer of Whisper White that's 3 3/4 by 5. I'm going to start by spritzing the white cardstock. You can spritz with water, you can spritz with alcohol. I always have Stampin' Mist in my stamp room, so that's always convenient for me. I'm inking my folder on the side with Stampin' Up! And Sizzix, and this will have the flat layer with the indents. If your ink pad is very juicy, you might want to use one of our foam brayers. This one's pretty juicy. Hopefully it'll be okay. And I'm going to set my cardstock on the uninked side and just close it. And I'll run it through the Big Shot. This is a dynamic impressions folder, so I just need one cutting plate. You don't have to spritz the cardstock, but you will get a more detailed impression, and I just adore this folder. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm going to ink my stamp, Happy Birthday to You. But this is a fairly light colored ink, and so I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow ink and just color in the words Happy Birthday. I'm using the brush tip of the marker, and I'm also going to ink in To You. Stamp that on a scrap of Whisper White. And I'll punch that out. Then all I need to do is add my layers. And you can use adhesive of your choice for this. I am using the green glue because I can wiggle it around a little bit once I've laid it down. Very forgiving. And also for this layer, I want to especially get the edges since it's got so much texture on the edges. And there's really no, I don't think there's a right and a wrong on direction for this card. So you could do it this way too. In fact, I think I will. I'm just going to add this with dimensionals. And I've got maybe 5 inches of the dotted Swiss. This is the white. And just tying a knot in it. And I'll adhere that with a mini glue dot. Very simple card, but just gorgeous. For the box, I've already cut out 2 pieces of soft sea foam and 1 of the thick whisper white, and I do want to take time to score all those score lines. If you cut your cardstock 6 by 11, you will be able to get 2 pieces off of one length. I'm going to cut off the tabs. I really just want the hexagon in the white. You're going to actually be assembling your box with 1 hexagon going up and 1 going down, and we don't need 2 tabs meeting, so I'm going to just snip off of each of these tabs, and I'll use tear and tape. You could use the green glue, but since it takes a while to dry, it can be a little bit messy. And taking off the backing. And since it's a little bit wider, I'm going to fold that over. So put those ends together. And if you want to use the grid paper, it's really a good idea to get this nice and straight. And then on this side you can just fold it over like so, and it should meet. Then one of these is the top and one of them's the bottom, and you're only going to put adhesive on the bottom. So we'll call this side my bottom. So I have tear and tape on these edges. So there's 3 on the bottom piece and 2 on the side pieces, and we'll remove the backing and fold those over as well. And then we just need to work our way around, so 1 tab at a time. The last one's going to be a little bit tricky. Because we do need to tuck this one in. And there's our box. And then we're going to add this piece on top. And I think I actually want to trim this down just a little bit. So I'm going to cut off so much for each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you want to measure that out and cut on a line, that's totally great. Then I'm going to use that same spritzing and inking technique on this piece. And in this case, I want to have this rose be the center, so I'm going to put that right over the rose. close it up. And run it through the Big Shot. When it's time to clean up, just run this under the sink and let it dry, and you're good to go. Then we just need to add a little bit of glue, green glue for this. And center this on the box. And then tuck these in, but when you're giving this, you might want to just tuck these in and not glue them. If you would like to hold it closed, you might put a couple of glue dots on just this one tab. And I actually kind of take a little bit of the adhesive off of there. And I think this makes just a gorgeous gift box. You could of course add more decorations to the sides, but I think this would make a lovely gift.
Here's the link for the free directions, and I sell the Stampin' Up! Products you've seen in this video. Just click the links for the products you'd like to purchase, and you'll be taken to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll also find lots of free resources, as well as a few additional products to help crafters stay organized. More organization means more time for crafting. I lead a team of other crafters. The team is called Sit Together, and it stands for Stamp, Ink, and Paper Together. The team is made of crafters who want to save money on the products they buy, share with a few friends, or to grow a business like mine. If you're interested in attending a class here in Ventura County, learning more about creating beautiful handmade projects, purchasing products, or joining my SIP Together team, please email me or visit my website at bevadams.com. Whether we sip water, coffee, tea, or wine, the important thing is to put stamps, ink, and paper together and do something creative.